Ever since I stumbled onto this house, I've been right ever since, Chosen's. Now I came across this house by accident. But then again, there's no such thing as an accident when it comes to the life of a chosen one. The right word would be I came across this house along my journey. This was when I was in my spiritual crisis, spiritual depression, aka dark night of the soul. You know what I mean? Within a few moments, couple months, I went from not caring if I lived or died to feeling the most powerful man in the world. I said, Lord, what does that mean? You know what I mean? That afternoon, I was walking and I said, Lord, just do what you want with me. This was me surrendering myself to the high power. You know what I'm saying? And I said, in the last days, chosen shall grow new wings, renew the wings just like eagles. And I understood the wing is the feeling, chosen. You know what I mean? It was funny enough. It was a conversation I was having with my higher self, just the way I'm talking to you. And chosen, let me express it to you just the way I heard it. Yeah, the way I heard it is that feel powerful, feel blessed, and you will be blessed. You know? Feel powerful, feel blessed, and you are blessed, chosen. Yes, feeling is the key. Is the video for this morning, guys. Yes. Hello, beautiful people of the world. This is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Ego Within. Chosen, if you haven't subscribed by now, you are missing out. Check me out on Insta at Awaken the Ego. The link is on the channel. It's Thursday morning. The week is going great. It's going wonderful. And this morning, Chosen, let me share with you one of our superpowers. Why is all this fuss of the chosen one? You know what I'm saying? Why all this like staring? You know what I'm saying, guys? Let's talk about some of our problems that we face in public. Now, guys, that is something that the chosen ones know and most people don't know. You know what I'm saying? In fact, the lucky ones, you know what I'm saying? Once they awaken, they shall begin to see the truth of life. You know what I mean? Funny enough, when I stumbled into this house, which is my own house, the world within, guys, which is my own wonderful feeling, my own wonderful imagination. At the beginning, it was hard for me to stay in this house or to maintain like myself. I kept like coming in and out of this house. You know what I mean? But then, just like anything else, it takes training. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I live in this house 90% of the time. And let me tell you now, I'm really, really living truly in the way of the heavens. Within me, seriously speaking. You know what I mean? How do you know when that is happening for you? Chosen, let me just say to you, one of the biggest confirmation that you can ever get, again, is through your feeling. You're just gonna feel right about everything. That's what some of you say. Lula, some of you write me emails, Lula, everything is going wrong outwardly. But I just don't know why I feel good with it. Chosen, let me tell you now, when you feel this feeling, that you feel good without any reason, meaning that without letting the world outside of you cause how you feel within you, understand that you are the most blessed of all, guys. If you feel this way by yourself, you know what I mean? In fact, once you train yourself through spiritual practices such as meditation and all that, you can turn it on and off. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know, so it's like it became like an experiment for me. Some days, you know what I say, let me just leave this feeling alone, and then I'll go back to my old world. And I said, no, this is not my home. And I quickly jump back into my feeling, and then chose it. I'm home again. And let me tell you now, it's a wonderful world. It's a wonderful place, guys. One of the ways that God is really mysterious, guys, is like He make you think it's all outside, while He had put the thing down deep within you. You know what I mean? At the beginning of my life, guys, truly I was a seeker. I'm still a seeker. You know what I'm saying? I was searching for all these things outside of me. But at that stage, I didn't know that it was buried down within me. All I had to do was dig deep. But luckily for me, I was forced into that situation because of, like, guys, when you go to a dark night of the soul, check this out. You know what I mean? This is when your problems have really gone beyond measure. It had bottled up. Now, there's no other way but to deal with it. Since I was out there doing all these things, choices, and then I was saying, there's nothing anywhere. That's when I was like, what is the meaning of living even? This is what I mean by spiritual crisis. Even though I had all resources and everything just seemed dull. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel right. You know what I mean? But then when I turned to the world with it, that changed. That's why, guys, I'll tell you something. If you're cruising in the dark night of the soul, you need to do some spiritual practices in order for you to lift yourself out of this state, guys. You can go from having suicidal thoughts to becoming or to feeling the most peace within months, depending on if you turn to the world within or not, guys. But let's get down to today's video. How is your feeling chosen is truly the way of the heavens. You know what I'm saying? How is your feeling chosen is your Father's house, guys. Your Father's domain. You know what I mean? Because first thing first, feeling, guys, brings out your imagination. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of feeling that you're on, imaginations will begin to pop up. Now, this could be for the negative of or for the positive. Now, let me explain what I mean. You know what I mean? Now, if you're having some negative thoughts, somewhere you might begin to imagine some enemy. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, that negative thoughts had brought you like some imaginary enemy that you're not even there because of the way you're feeling within you. Just the same way, chosen, when you feel pleasant, your real imagination, which is the God within you, will begin to be expressed, and you begin to live in this imagination more and more and more and more. You know what I'm saying, guys? But funny enough, your imagination is the real you. Funny enough, your imagination is your real identity. Funny enough, your imagination is connected to your purpose, chosen ones. You know what I mean? The hardest thing for a chosen one is to maintain his state of high vibration. Once we do this, guys, there is no school that we go to learn anything that we do. There's no things that we have to read. Guys, the message is within us because it's in our imagination. Has been there all along, guys. Been buried deep within us. You guys can see that. This is my favorite subject. I'm very passionate about this because I lived through this, guys. I'm convinced if you're able to tap into your own feeling, which is your wonderful imagination, guys, then you are really learning to live in your Father's house, chosen ones. You know what I mean? My favorite way to awaken my imagination is through music. Yeah, I love that. And also, so anyway, the other one is personal, but music is my favorite one, guys. Depending on the kind of music that you are on, I'm listening at that time, depending on the message that is on there, now these things begin to change how I feel. And now my imagination becomes alive and alive and alive. You know what I'm saying, guys? And let me tell you now, the hardest thing for the chosen one is to express what he felt in his imagination just the way he saw it within himself. Yeah, this is our battle. This is our problem, guys. All right, let's get down to the second point. The second point, chosen, how is your feeling truly your father's domain? You know what I mean? Your positive feeling, your high vibration, your high being, guys. The feeling that you have without feeling good without any reason. Is that feeling? Your feeling, guys, your wonderful feeling will change you. You know, funny enough, back in the days, I used to think that if I change place, if I go here and there, I'll feel different. Well, I did for a little while. Let me see if I left something behind. But then, that's not it. What I was asking, guys, was that I wanted to experience life as a different person, with a different feeling. Yes. Now, in order for you to have the things that you never had, chosen, you got to do things you never did. And how are you gonna do the things that you never did? Well, you just got to feel feel new emotions that you haven't felt before, guys. This is what it's about. You know what I mean? Let me say this. Next time you go somewhere, try this experiment. Now the experiment would be feel a certain emotion and go in that room and see their reaction. Another time, go in the same room with the same people, feel a certain emotion and see the reaction, guys. What I'm trying to say is like, feel like a king and you'll be seen as a king. Feel like a queen and you'll be treated like a queen, chosen. And this is something that we know how to do so well. In fact, this is the reason why we are chosen. And some of our ranking ones, guys, are chosen that are able to really express the feeling just the way they heard it, the way they saw it within themselves, guys. This is what we got to perfect. Now, last point. The last point is that things that trap your feeling or things that turn into your feeling into the negative one. You know what I mean? The more I'm growing spiritually, guys, the more I'm understanding that actually, you know what? If I don't feel right within myself, I just retreat. There's no even reason to go to war and battle this world if you're feeling incorrect, guys. That's why a lot of sacrifice must go into really feeling your higher self always, chosen ones. But then again, what is it about like us and paying so attention to our feeling and we're so protective of how we feel after we awaken? That is, guys, because we have seen the truth of life. You know what I mean? Chosen, in order for you to bring yourself to the basic high vibration platform, I called it this. There are three things you need to maintain, or there are three things that will impact you for the positive or negative. And the rest is, I guess, depending on how you do and who you are and how in tune you are with yourself, you'll be able to do more things. But these three things, guys, we must get it right in order for us to be level on this platform. A is the kind of music that we listen to. B is editing the messaging into the religion, especially as black people, guys. You know what I mean? And third is obviously the food that we eat. I don't want to drag this video too long, but let me just explain on these 3 points very quickly, and we can end this video, guys. You know what I mean? Now, guys, the reason why I feel a little bit of some kind of way about Ye, about his interview and what's going on with him and the cancellation, guys, he said something that was really appealing to me, and that was like music. He said if you go to Apple right now, the top 10 songs on there is really anti-Semitic, he said in his own words. You know what I'm saying? These songs promote black serial killing, promote like just like things of the low nature, guys. This is how this society has been penetrating our spirit, chosen ones, apart from other things. You know what I mean? Music has the power to change. Music is frequency. Once you listen to a certain music, guys, let me give you this story. There was a certain lady that I was like hooked up with for 2 years. You know what I mean? This lady she was like, I didn't know back then, but now I see she was Jezebel, really. You know, she was finely shaped. But then, something's wrong. You guys know what I'm saying. Now, my connection with this woman was through music. Funny enough, whenever I used to go see her, I used to put on these rap songs. And I used to eat meat, you know what I mean, just to get ready for myself to go and indulge in this behavior. Now, whenever I used to hear this music, it was a WAP song. Remember that song WAP? That song will get me ready for sexual activities. And let me tell you now, even though I wanted to leave it for so long, it was hard for me to give up that, because like through music, guys, every time I listen to that song, it brings me back to that frequency. That's what I mean. Music is frequency. Music is important, guys. You need to listen to a music that goes with your spirit. Let's talk about food. Food is a big one, guys. You are what you eat. Let me just end it there on this matter. And the religion part, guys. Now the religion part is like a truth that is disguised, is a lie that is disguised in truth. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning, you might even think this is the way of the heavens. I did. But Chosen, let me tell you something. Seek, and you shall find. And most importantly, everything that you've been looking for is your own. It's in your own feeling, and it's in your own wonderful imagination. Flower, wonderful, yes.